Hello everyone, this is Sandra at the Whispering Well. So today I thought we could look at my shell collection, the ones that I picked up a couple of weeks ago when I was away with Simon at the Hermit's Cave, and I've got a thing for picking up shells and rocks and things like that at the beach, or even just anywhere. If I come across an interesting looking stone or something, I'll just pick it up, especially if it's just there right in my pathway, because it's almost like I feel like I'm meant to pick it up, and you know, for me it just feels like gifts from nature, gifts from the ocean. So the first shell we've got is this one. Look how cool this looks. This looks almost like a fossil, doesn't it? I mean, and the bits do actually kind of shine on this when you get it in the right light. A bit like, you know, like the abalone shells that you get, that people often use for putting their sage bundles in. It's just so kind of, you know, I mean, I know there's bits broken off it and stuff, but I don't mind that. And then this is the other side. It's almost like a little dish, isn't it? But look at, like, you know, the layers in it. The layers in the shell. And how kind of thick that is, that end. And there's the bit there where the living, like, mollusk would have, like, the end part would have been. I mean, I think these might be clam shells, but I'm not completely sure. But they're so cool. I just love anything like this. So that's one. And a lot of them are the same type of shell. I mean, this one again, and this is like a little bowl, isn't it? And very kind of similar looking, but smaller. And again, you can see all like the layers and things inside it. And look at the colour of this. Just so nice. And it, to me, I mean, look at this, like the patterning on the back of this, if you can see it. The light's not like the best, but you can see like ridges and stuff in the actual shell. And the colours of it, it's almost just reminds me of like fossils, which are also very cool. I just thought I could use some of these like on my altar area to represent water. I mean, I do have water on there because I have my chalice well water, so I do have that on there, but I could change it up and use these as water representation, or I might just put some on there anyway as like just as a reminder of like a really lovely time. So another one. I picked up so many, guys, you'll probably be bored of me showing you shells. This one, look how pale coloured it is inside. And it's really smooth, that end. It's so nice and smooth. This end is a bit rougher. And got this colour, dark patch in the middle as well. And the colours on the outside of this one are nice. And I mean, these are really hard shells, these ones, really quite thick. So here's another one that's like a little bowl that you could kind of, you know, you could put this like on your altar area or sacred space, and you know, put some crystals or something in it, or you could use it as like a little smudge bowl if you just had like a small smudge stick or some Palo Santo, something like that would be really cool as well. This is the back of this one, and this feels really smooth actually on the back. Although it's ridged, it still feels really smooth. So it's really cool. And you know, one of these will be going to my friend Jilly in America when I'll send it with a couple of other things, because obviously I'm not just going to send one shell to the US. But this one's darker, isn't it? It looks like one of those like ammonites. Ammonites? No. Trilobites, I think they're called. What the like the bug-shaped fossils that are sometimes found. Trilobites, I think they're called. So that's another one. But although they're like the same type of shell, they are kind of different. They're different colours, or they might be flatter, smoother. They've all got this almost like pearlescent like glow to them inside. So nice. So yeah, I probably did pick up too many really, but you just think, oh, there's another one, oh, there's another one, and before you know it, you've got a whole bag full of shells and sand. But this is just to show you really what I collected. This is another one, again, could be used like a little bowl, couldn't it? Just so cool. The outside of that one. So I might send a couple of these to Jilly, because you know, I've got quite a few, as you can see. Then I got some like flatter ones. This is obviously where it's been like washed for a time by the sea, and these ones are flatter but still cool. Look at the colouring inside there. So nice. It's amazing when you think about things that live in the ocean and the power of the sea as well, how the sea, you know, washes these smooth. And you wonder as well, where have they been before they landed on the beach where I picked it up? You know, where have they been in the sea? We could all have like little stories to tell, couldn't they? And there's this one, which is a really pale coloured one. So those are like, oh, there's one more that's like the kind of same type of shell, but this is a little one with like a little, it almost looks like it's got a little eye, doesn't it? Let's see if I can shade that a bit. It almost looks like a little eye there and a little head. Oh gosh, and then that's the body. You see, look, it's like its own little creature. Look, that bit there could even be like a little ear there. that's the underside of it. This one is really like pearlescent inside, which is difficult to kind of show in the light, but it's cool. So those were all those ones. I'm still getting sand and things everywhere. So those were those, and then I found a couple of other ones. So there was this one. You can see the ridges in it. Just about see the ridges in that shell. It's like a really pale coloured, almost like pure white. And that's the underside of it. There's another cool little one, and this one is similar but has a little bit more colour to it on the bands around it. That's quite a deep one, even though it's little. It's quite deep inside there and so smooth. You could just sit here doing this, you know, like the crystal thumb stones that you get. You could do that with this one because it's so nice and smooth. So that's that one. And then, I mean, these got broken because they are like the razor clamshells, I found out later, but these were in long strips, but they actually got broken in my bag. But they're quite cool. So these are pieces of the razor clam shell, which I'm still going to keep even though they're pieces. And these were the other bits. Funny how they've both broken like that as well. They look like little swords. And these were like different colours. There was loads of these on the beach. Absolutely loads of these like razor clamshells. But I didn't like pick up lots. Probably a good thing because I would have had lots of broken pieces. Look at the colour on this one. And their undersides of those are quite shiny as well. So yeah, so those all came from the beach as well. And then I think it was actually Simon that found these, because I actually thought this was a piece of bone or something at first, but it's a piece of a shell. You can see there, look how it twists around. And you just wonder what kind of creature lived in this shell. So there's that one, and then I found, or Simon found, one of us did, this one, which again is broken, but it's got that same twisty kind of thing as this one. So obviously this is what the type of shell that one would have been. But that's really cool, isn't it? I know it's broken, but I don't mind that. And I did wash all of these as well. There's a little bit of stone still stuck in that one. But it's so interesting, isn't it? The way it spirals around. Like I said, imagining like the little creature that had this shell as its home. So that's that one. And then I did pick up a couple of rocks. This one because it was like really smooth and it feels almost chalky because it was white and smooth. So I just picked that. I know it probably sounds mad picking up stones and things, but I do that even if I'm walking in the woods or something and a stone catches my eye. This one was quite a big kind of chunk but I just liked the colours and that on it. It reminded me of like flint or something, but you can almost see a face there in that one, like the eye, the nose there in that, and again there, that to me almost looks like a face, but that's just me. I've always seen faces in things, in curtains and different patterns and stuff, so it's not surprising that I would see faces in the stone. But that's that one. It's quite a big chunky one. And there was this little one that you can almost see through. It reminds me a bit of when you get those crystals, you know, the ones they call dragon's eye, where you've got like one side similar to this and then the other side is polished and you can see into the crystal. It's almost like that, and it's got like almost pinky sort of colour into it. It's probably not showing up on camera, but there's like this pinky tone to it as well, and you can almost see through it, and that's kind of glittery there. I don't know if you can see the sparkle here, probably not, but it does sparkle a bit there, so that was cool. And the last one, I just liked the shape and the colour because it was odd. I mean, look at that, so cool. Things that come out of the sea and how the sea almost moulds things into different shapes and smooths them. And then while I was taking the shells out of my bag and everything to clean them, there was some sand left in the bottom of my bag, so I tipped it all out into a container and then got a little screw top glass bottle which you can use for oils and things, and put the sand in there, and there was a couple of like little stones in with it as well, and I just thought I'm gonna just save that as like, I know it might sound silly to some people, but like as a memory thing, some sand from Skegness and Gibraltar Point, because that would have been where this sand came from. So like not a whole lot of it, but still I thought it'd be cool to keep it as some sand from there. So those are my shells and rocks and sand if any of you are interested in seeing those. And like I said, I'll be sending a couple to the US to my friend Jilly in the US, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I hope I haven't bored you to death, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.